Hi, I'm Amy and this is my Japanese Spitz puppy, Shiloh, and he's going to learn how to sit today. I'm going to let him smell that I have something for him, so he's going to be willing to work for me. So I'm going to put the treat right up next to his nose and I'm going to push back and down at the same time. Ready, Shiloh? Shiloh. Back and down. Yes! Now when all 4 feet are on the ground, that's where I'm going to say yes, and that's when I'm going to give him the treat. Otherwise you're going to teach him that it's okay to have paws up. Notice I didn't say to sit and I didn't use a cue yet. Good boy. Okay, so this is Shiloh's second training session today. So we're going to remind him what we did before. Down. Okay. Over his nose, back and down. 4 paws on the ground. Yes. Okay, so we're going to pretend that we've got a treat in our hand. Hey, Shiloh. Shiloh. We're going to push back and down and reward with our hand. Yes. We're going to do that a couple of times. Push back. Yes. Reward with the other hand. So now over training session 3, 4 and probably 5, I'm going to start changing my hands so that I can use a signal of a up to sit. Oh, which he just did by himself. So, I have no treat in my hand and I'm going to get him to stand up. And I'm just going to bend my hand back and I've got it up the other way than what I would usually have it. Wait till his paws are all on the ground. Yes. Okay, if he backs up like that, I'm just going to wait until he comes back to me, shall we? And try again. Yes. Yes. Remembering that this is only his 3rd lesson at sitting. Now, see that he's not doing what I want him to, so what I need to do is go back a step. I'm going to close back up my hand. Yes! At training session number 5 now. Shiloh's just woken up from his nap and being outside for a run, so we're going to see what he remembers. I'm going to take him back to the stage where my hand was closed. Back and down. Yes! Treat with the other hand. Okay, so I'm going to try open hand now, see if he remembers that. Up. Okay. Yes. Okay, because he's remembered all that, I don't need to do another training session on that. I can just keep going with open hand. Yes. And what I'm going to try and do now is try and get further and further away with my hand. Stand up, little one. Okay, let's try over here. Yes. Now it depends on your puppy how many training sessions you'll need for each step, but don't move on until your puppy's ready. Good boy. Now as soon as you think that he is about 99% reliable with bending your hand back and sitting, you can start adding the word cue. So I'm going to use my hands. I'm going to use my hand and say the word sit. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. If he's not doing it 99% of the time and you start adding a cue word, then that cue word's going to mean nothing to him because he's not going to associate it with an action. Come back over here. Ready? Sit. Good boy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start saying the word sit before I use my hand signal, and that's going to allow him to start listening to what I'm saying a bit more and maybe predict what it is that I want him to do. Okay, come and stand up again, Flopsy. Okay, ready? Shiloh, sit. Good boy. Okay, stand up again. Ready? Shiloh, sit. Good boy. Now you want to do that quite a few times before you drop the hand signal. Even when the puppy does eventually learn just to sit when you say the word sit, I like to keep the hand signal because sometimes when your puppy can't hear you or maybe isn't listening to you, when an action is going to be more reliable for you to use. Each day that you do a training session with your puppy, you need to take them back a few steps because they're going to forget overnight what they need to do and you don't want to confuse them. This little guy can now sit with a hand signal, but it's in a room with no distractions. So the next step would be taking him outside and starting to build up on having people around, having noises around, until you've got a really reliable sit.